Hey there, this is the Rap and Rob Man Cave Show. This is our first show. I'm Rap, and Rob should be here any second now. I don't know what's taking him so long, but he should be here.
Hey, you down here?
Oh, here he is.
Hey.
Come on, Rob.
How are you, bud?
I'll sit down.
Good to see you. What's doing?
How are you doing today?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. They stopped me at the city line. They figured I was carrying contraband or something.
Oh, you know?
I don't know. I don't...
So Rob is retired now. I still work, but I just want to know what the hell do you do all day long?
I got to tell you, for the sense of this being G-rated, I'll keep it clean. But it's it's a bit of a challenge. You know, thank God for cable TV and thank God for DVR, because I just got shows that are on constant record, and they just play over and over and over again.
What have you been watching?
Oh, let's see, Las Vegas, which is a show that was on, I think, probably about maybe as long as 10 years ago. Law and Order, Special Crimes Unit. That show's been on for 21 years, so you got plenty of that stuff.
This guy knows things that we forgot 30 years ago, like cartoons, like the guy whose mouth moves, and I can't think.
Clutch Cargo.
Clutch Cargo. I mean, you just named some old show cartoon, and this guy knows it.
I am a vast collection of a wasteland of useless knowledge.
That's for sure.
I think that's the best way to put it.
So look, Rob, I got this thing here. It's a smoker. You take, I don't know what flavor this one is, but you put it in here. Watch this. And then, what the hell happened here? You put it in here like this. And then, wait, let me clean it out. I think it's some dirty in there. Okay, you put this thing in here like this. And then you light it.
Should we be lighting anything up down here? It's kind of scary, you know.
Yeah. What? Probably light the place on fire, but come on, light it up. Of course, that's not working. But
So it's like incense or something, huh?
it's incense.
Hmm.
So
Just to add to the ambiance down
right,
here.
just to
I
smell
like
a little better, because you know we don't smell so good.
Well, no, I do try to bathe once in a while, even though I'm not employed any longer.
Here we go. Look, see, and then the smoke
Ah,
comes out this guy's mouth. See, that
I like
smells
it.
good. It smells good, right?
yeah, it's a nice
So there's like
smell.
all these different flavors that I got. I don't even know which ones they are.
Where do you even get this stuff anymore?
You get it at the head shop and stuff. You get this stuff.
Very
They sell it
nice.
everywhere. It
Looks
smells
like my
nice.
Uncle Sid.
See, look. See, it's smoking.
I like it. I like it.
So
I like
Rob's also a big golf guy, but it's the winter time,
Oh, yeah.
so he can't really do his golf thing. But I don't understand how the golf balls have how many dimples is it?
You know, I used to know that. I think it's something like 382
On one ball?
on one ball. Yeah, and that's by whatchamacallit, that's regulated. You know how many dimples ball has to have, and it's regulated how deep the dimples can be, and and the size of the ball, the overall size of the ball, is also regulated.
Yeah, so why is there that this, one ball is better than another? You say, oh, I got a.
That's the interesting thing. That's the point I was going to make. Something that I've never understood. They do have flexibility as to the cover material. There was a time that golf balls, were just like baseballs. They were actually wound. You had a heart center, and then you had rubber bands. It was a rubber band
And
ball,
then they had a
and
coating
it was
on it?
covered by either something called Serlin or Balata.
So what is the difference now?
Now it's not rubber band construction anymore. It's a solid core, and then it is another solid material around that, and then the final.
So does that make the
plastic.
ball further to drive, or I mean, is it a more lively ball now? Is it a less lively ball now?
I think the speculation is that the ball can only travel a certain amount of feet per second to meet USGA standard.
So wait a minute. If it was made differently before, wouldn't the old time people have a disadvantage versus the guys that are playing today?
Certainly, not only just in the ball, but all the equipment. Back then.
A club's a club. You swing the fucking club.
Not so, not so. First of all, you got to remember there was a time when the shafts on these clubs were made out of hickory, were made out of wood, not even made out
So
of.
people
metal.
would actually break their clubs.
Sure. Oh yeah. And then they went to metal, and for a while they experimented with fiberglass, and then ultimately what they are is graphite composition now. So
This guy is a world of useless knowledge.
useless knowledge.
He knows all this stuff. Let's talk cartoons. Back in the 60s and 70s, we used to get up on Saturday morning and watch cartoons.
Oh yeah.
I
Still do.
Yeah, but the cartoons now are not G-rated like they were. Well, you know what? They were G-rated, but they had these innuendos about,
Popeye cartoons were big on that, where it was all this stuff that he muttered under his breath. He goes on a picnic with olive oil, and of course, out of a tiny little lunchbox, he pulls out a full folding table with a turkey on it on one table, and a full cake on the other one, and he says, I'll take the cake and give you the bird. But you got to remember, those cartoons weren't made for television. Those cartoons were made for theatrical release as part of when people went to the movies.
And they were racial too. There was a lot of racial cartoons
Oh,
back then,
please.
but they made them stop. But now you have these filthy cartoons where they just curse and it's just I think it started out with Family Guy.
Fritz the Cat.
Oh,
Remember Fritz the Cat?
Fritz the Cat.
That was like the first.
Actually, I watched that recently. I saw that it was on one of these movie channels, Fritz the Cat, and I watched it and I said, I don't know, it doesn't look that dirty to me.
Oh, but that was pretty bizarre.
Yeah, back then.
Yeah. Well, Family Guy is another thing that I watch, and you know what else I started watching? Cartoon. Great writing on these cartoons. Funny as hell. Bob's Burgers. You ever see any of that?
No.
Watch that. That's Family Guy and Bob's Burgers. The writing on those shows are as good as anything, in a situation comedy. In fact, it's edgier and funnier, to be honest with you.
Really? I
Yep.
never saw Bob's Burgers. I mean, Family Guy also has like innuendos and things kind of like the old days. It's subtle kind of sexual humor and things like that.
Bob's Burgers is a husband and wife that own a burger restaurant, and they got 3 kids. One that's more bizarre than the next, and funny as hell.
It is?
Yeah.
How long's that been on? A long time.
Oh, easily 10 years.
Really?
Yeah. These things like just they travel under on a completely different level.
You know what I never really watched was The Simpsons. I never watched The Simpsons.
I used to watch it.
It's on like 20 fucking years, and I never really watched it.
It's got to be like
Let me
probably
try
the
this one.
second longest running show on television now.
Besides what, Jeopardy?
Well, Jeopardy.
No, The Late Show or The Tonight Show or
I don't know. I don't
60
know.
Minutes, maybe? 60 Minutes has been
I'm
on
not quite sure. Not quite sure.
with,
Who's going to be
Another
the new host of Jeopardy?
I think it's the guy who's on now, Ken Jennings.
Well,
Hey,
he's
look,
like
another
the
one.
guest host.
Yeah, but I don't know. They're gonna look at this. Another one. This is a different smell. I don't know what this one. This one
It's a
smells
little
like.
bit more airy, a little bit.
The other one I think was like a cherry. I don't know what this one is.
Well, burn
Pretty
them all.
cool though.
Burn
You
them
know?
all.
Got a whole bunch of these things. So
So what are you doing there? You know, what's life in the office now under COVID? I can't imagine.
you know, we only go in 1 or 2 days a week. Rob used to work in the office, and now he sits on his couch and watches TV and sleeps.
Recliner. The
On the recliner, and he goes out. Let's see, what's your day like? You get up in the morning, you go out to
I'm usually up
Burger
between
King?
usually up between 4:30 and 5 in the morning.
for no reason.
For no reason whatsoever. And I amble out into the living room, turn the dimmer lights on. You know, can't put too bright lights on at a time. Turn on the Keurig. Make myself a cup of coffee. Check to see where my wife is. Check to see where the dog is.
And then go back to sleep.
Put on the news. Watch the news for a half hour.
It's the same news all day long.
I gotta tell you, it's horrible. It's brutal, especially now. I know more about politics now than I've known in the last 20 years.
More than you wanted to.
And believe me, it's brutal. It's absolutely fucking brutal.
I don't understand this Democrat and Republican shit. It should be that you feel that way. That's how you vote. You know, it's like these Democrats vote that Democrat, the Republicans vote Republican.
There was a
And
time.
nobody, it's like, you know, listen, guy can kill someone. Nah, if he's a Republican, he's innocent. If he's a Democrat, he's guilty.
You know what? There was a time, even within our lifetime, and look, you know, just for clarification purposes, you know, I told Neil that what he should call this thing is two old Jews sitting around talking about bullshit. You know, I got a couple of years on Neil, but Neil's 65 now. You turn,
Rap.
huh?
I'm rap. You're
Rap turned 65 on his last birthday.
66.
66.
Yeah, why tell anybody that?
Excuse me, you're like a root, all right?
Why say anything about that?
Well, I'm 60.
I'm still young. Look at me. I still don't have.
Well,
any-
you're like Walter Matthau in the Sunshine's Voice. You're young, you're hip, you're
Look at me,
ready
I
to
don't have-
go.
Look, I still don't have like, you know, wrinkles and stuff.
The crepe skin.
You know,
Well, you
I
know.
have some stuff on my arms though. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I have to go to dermatologist. But
Why? What do
to
you
get them off.
What
I
does
don't-
your skin have
No,
to look good
I,
for?
I want my skin looking good. I don't need to have my skin looking.
Oh,
like
no,
that.
yeah. Try these long
But
sleeves.
look at your fucking hands. They're like.
Well, look at that finger. This finger's going towards Jersey, and the rest of them are still in New York City. I don't know what the story with that
You
is.
got quite a map there. And look
Yeah.
at the size of them. Look how thin my fingers are. Look how thick your fingers.
Well, you got a P in this finger, and that's not
Excuse
dirty.
me?
It sounds dirty, but that's not dirty.
You got a. Oh,
Oh, what the hell was that?
that means that it's time for a commercial. I don't know.
All right.
This commercial is brought to you by, let's see, the New York Lottery.
Better
Let's do
Better Living.
let's do a lottery ticket. You know, I sit down here and I do scratch.
Oh, this
offs.
one is scratch. I'm going to
But this
actually
is a
witness
quick.
a scratch
This
off.
is a quick one.
This is exciting.
This is a quick one. Where the hell?
This is what I understand he
Like
does
what?
in his time.
This
He
is-
sits and
this
he
is-
scratches.
All right. So this one is loose change, and if it adds up to more than $1, you win.
All right.
So let's see. Let's see what I have. I have 25 cents and 5 cents. That's 30 cents and 50 cents. I'm up to 80 cents.
Go.
90
go,
cents.
go,
90.
Go.
95.
Go. Go.
Oh, I'm a winner. I'm a winner. I won $2.
That's incredible. And how
$2.
much did that? How much did that ticket cost?
$1. So
Wow,
I
so
doubled my money.
you
That's
doubled your-
100%. That's 100% investment.
To say nothing of the entertainment value.
Look at that.
For both you and I.
$2. You can win up to 500, but I've never won 500.
Well,
This is
you know, but-
I write on the back just so I remember how much it is. So that's a $2 win, which I'll be cashing in when I finish it up. So
Now that pile of silver shavings I saw when I walked in here by the door, is that from all the scratch offs?
yes, I'm saving it in, and I'm going to put it in a jug. It's
Wait,
the
you're
shaving.
saving stuff? I
Yeah,
find that
I'm-
hard to believe.
Yeah, I'm saving things.
Oh my
You
goodness!
should see my penny jar. It's this big, and it's like one of those jugs you put in the water.
The water,
You know,
the water
you turn
hole.
over the water.
Oh yeah.
But I have the old glass one. Not now they have the plastic ones. Mine's the glass, which is heavy to begin
I was
with.
going to say, how can you even pick that up?
I can't. And it's filled. I'd say it's at least a couple 100 pounds. I don't know how I'm going to ever move it from where it is. I think I'm just going to have to leave it there.
You know, really, you got to make sure that in some way, shape, or form, that you do not survive anybody in your family.
I know because they.
You cannot be the last man standing because just, light a fucking match. You know,
Yeah,
really.
no, I got some good stuff in here, though. You know, I really do.
Well, it's all very interesting.
It's good
all
for
very
somebody,
exciting.
but I don't know for what. My wife seems to save a lot of stuff too. She saves every holiday card, birthday card, Valentine's
Oh,
card,
she's a
Christmas
sentimentalist.
card. She's got boxes and boxes of her third birthday, her fourth birthday, her fifth birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, she knows. I'm like, what are you saving these for? Are you going to reuse them? What are you going to look at them? You're going to open up a box one day and say, oh, wow, look at, Janine sent me a 3-year-old card. Oh, look, Barbara sent
Look
me.
how people loved me, for God's sake.
When I was
That's
5
what
years
that's
old.
about.
Now, what the hell are you going to do with a box of birthday cards from 40, 50 years ago? I mean, they probably turn yellow by now. Probably the same cards, though, because how much change can you make? Happy birthday. How much change can you make?
Yeah,
in a
roses
birthday?
are red, violets are blue, so it's your birthday, so the
Fuck
hell with
you.
you. There you go.
Roses are red. Something is black. Thank God your name is Jack.
Well, that's
What do you
good.
think of that one?
What was the other one I saw? I liked that was
Roses are red. Lemons are sour. How many girls can you kiss in an hour?
oh, that's
You like that
that's
one?
I like that. I don't think I've seen that on a Hallmark
Roses.
card.
How come roses are always red? Roses are not always red. Roses
No,
are
sometimes they're white, sometimes they're yellow, and
roses are yellow. Doesn't sound as good though. Roses are yellow. Violets are.
tamales are too. If we
Violets
were
are-
in Mexico, I'd give this card to you. I don't know.
Okay, so roses are yellow. Petunias are white. Give me a card so we don't have a fight.
All right.
That sucks. That sucked. That sucked.
Petunia was the name of Porky Pig's girlfriend. Remember? Petunia Pig. Did you remember
all right,
that?
all right. Let me ask you this one. Donald Duck had 3 nephews.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Okay. Courageous Cat sidekick was
Minute Mouse.
okay.
Who's their arch enemy though?
The frog.
Whose voice was somebody imitating what famous actor? Who was
Edward G. Robinson.
That's correct.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Man, I guess I know more than that. So Minute Man, who was Droopalong, was whose sidekick?
Ricochet Rabbit, Sheriff Ricochet Rabbit. Sheriff Ricochet, bing, bing, bing.
Okay,
Rabbit.
so Saturday morning cartoons they had, let's see, Bugs Bunny, and who were the other cartoons on Bugs Bunny?
Oh, yeah, Daffy Duck, of course, who was always, like really trying to get the top spot. Bugs both of their nemesis was Elmer Fudd, who liked to.
No, but weren't they like the chicken guy? What was his name? The
Oh,
rooster.
son, you're talking about Foghorn Leghorn, son. Well,
Was
you
he
know,
on the Bugs Bunny show?
well, he was a time son, but he was always a secondary kind of character, son. You know what? He was a chicken. Chicken. You know.
What about Tennessee Tuxedo? He was.
Tennessee Tuxedo. That was voiced by Maxwell Smart,
Yeah, Don.
Don Adams, and
But who was? Did he have a sidekick?
Chumley.
Oh my.
Chumley, the walrus. And they were mentored by Mr. Whoopi, who was the wise old whatever he was.
Oh my God.
I think he was a pedophile myself.
And what about? Let's see. What else? McGilla Gorilla. What was the other guys? The man's name with the little mustache.
Well, that's the pet shop where he came from, People's Pet Shop. We've got a gorilla for sale, McGilla gorilla.
Let's see.
for
What
sale.
else do you know? What else can I think of? Well, what else was back there?
Hokey Wolf.
I don't remember that one.
Okay, when Yogi Bear left the Huckleberry Hound show
Oh, he left. What was it?
to get
Contract dispute or something?
yeah, well, he got his own show.
Oh.
Okay, what was the cartoon character that replaced Yogi Bear in that like triumvirate? Because
Wait a minute. Huckleberry Hound, Yogi Bear, and who replaced Yogi Bear when he left the Huckleberry Hound show?
right, right.
Oh boy.
Well, do you remember who the other characters were? Yeah, originally it was Huckleberry Hound, it was Yogi Bear, and do you remember the third people on that show?
No.
Well, not people. It was Augie Doggy and Doggy
Oh
Daddy.
yeah, Oogie Doggy, and so what happened when Yogi Bear left? Who replaced him?
Snagglepuss. He
Oh.
entered stage right.
Right, Snagglepuss.
Yes.
Huh. And who was on the Yogi Bear show?
Yogi Bear. I think he had Hokey Wolf.
I don't even know who Hokey Wolf is.
Hokey Wolf looked very much like Yogi. Even had a pork pie hat. You know, like wasn't a big character. Didn't last.
Well, what
very
about
long.
the guy that we just talked about, Foghorn Leghorn? Who was he on with?
Warner Brothers? He was just a Warner Brothers secondary character.
Yeah, but who was the main? Was that the Huckleberry Hound show?
No, no. He just was an occasional what would be called a Merry Toon Warner Brothers cartoon, and he should have been bigger. He really should have been. He was, but I guess it was like just it was kind of a one-line joke in that. It
Was that a Mel Blanc?
Oh, sure, they were all Mel Blanc.
No, he didn't do all of them.
He did all of them.
Well, he didn't do what's that? Top Cat.
That wasn't Mel Blanc. That was Hanna-Barbera.
So he didn't do the Hanna-Barbera. He
No.
did the Warner Brothers.
He did the Warner Brothers.
So the Hanna-Barbera, the Top Cat, was some famous guy too, wasn't it?
Well, they had a couple of them. You had Alan Jenkins. You had on Top Cat. You had a couple. You had Alan Jenkins.
No, I thought Top Cat was some famous guy like Wally Cox or something, or
It wasn't Wally Cox, but it was a known actor.
yeah.
who
And then you
voiced
had
him.
the sidekicks, which were
Benny the Ball, and you had Fancy. He had a pretty cool group of cats. Pretty cool cats.
Cool Cats.
Cool cats. Officer Dibble, of course, was their main
Nemesis.
nemesis.
He was the guy who was always trying to get them in trouble.
Yeah, yeah.
Who else? What other cartoons did you watch?
What other cartoons did I watch?
Well, we used to have Davy and Goliath on. Was that Sunday morning?
Davey.
That was Sunday mornings, I think.
Da-
That was a religious.
Yeah, oh yeah, very much
I
so.
didn't think about it
Da,
as
da,
much. But
da. Gumby. Remember Gumby and Pokey? They were
Yeah.
stupid. I never got them at all, to be honest with you.
Gumby and Pokey, but yeah. But this other guy, Davy and Goliath, I didn't realize that was a religious thing.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
just watched it because I guess there was nothing else on. You only had three, four channels.
Yeah, 5 o'clock in the morning. There was either that or Sunrise Semester.
On a Sunday, you'd have all these religious shows, and you'd have to wait till 6 o'clock in the morning before even TV came on. If you got up early, all you saw was the freaking.
Test signal.
The
when
test
the
signal.
fucking Indian head.
That's all they had. They didn't have.
You ever see the movie Pleasantville?
I
Where
think
like
so.
these two.
It's like in black and white or something.
Well, yeah, the two kids get sucked into like the 50s, into this like very much like Father Knows Best television show, and actually they get sucked into it by this magical remote control that gets foisted upon them by Don Knotts as a television repairman, and they get stuck in this 1950 television show.
Isn't there another one where there was a television where you got caught in a television show where it had like John Ritter in or something? It was like they went in the backyard and and something put him in a TV show. I think John Ritter was in it or something.
I'm remembering something like that also.
I don't know the name.
I think that was a movie. That might have been.
Yeah,
a
it was a
movie.
movie, but I don't
Yeah.
remember what. Wasn't Pleasantville a movie?
Yes, yeah, but that's a fun show to watch. It's
What is?
Pleasantville.
Oh, it's a show now.
No, Pleasant. It's a nice movie to watch, is what I meant to say.
Oh,
So Kyle set this up for us, huh?
yeah. We're gonna put this. This is gonna be on our my channel. It's
Okay.
called Real Deal Neil.
Uh-huh.
You go on YouTube, and you can look it up, and it should be on there along with some of my old comedy routines, which have now been uploaded onto my new channel. It's Real Deal Neil on YouTube. You can look it up, and
It'll be nice when someday somehow you can sort of resume doing that, because I for one enjoyed it.
well, I liked it too. It's just things have happened where we just can't do that. I guess I could do a comedy
Webcast
webcast or
podcast,
something like that, but
but it's not the same because you're not going to get the feedback. That was
like the feedback, unless I just have like fake audience, like they do in football games,
or
where
Conan.
it was like empty stadiums, and then when something happens, you hear a big crowd roar and screaming and yelling, and it's like,
Yeah, they got a guy sitting up in the freaking sound booth pushing buttons.
and
shit.
why is there an announcer announcing who's coming up or something if there's nobody there to listen to it? I mean,
Well,
you know.
I don't know. I wonder what spectator sports are. They're hyping the Super Bowl now. Like, who the fuck cares, really?
Well, there's a lot of money on
Betting.
the Super Bowl betting.
It's-
I got boxes. I took a bunch of boxes in one of those pools. But they're going to let people go to the Super Bowl. Like, for example, last year in baseball, there was no one in the stands, but the announcer says now batting for the Yankees, whatever. Who's listening to this shit that he's in there? I mean, if you're watching it at home, the announcers on the TV are telling you who's coming up. What do you need to have that for? But they did have the background sound, and they did have the cheering and all that stuff. A guy hit a home run. It was like nobody in the stands, and the place is going nuts. Oh, they had the cardboard cutouts there.
Great. Yeah, just,
I heard one guy sued because his cutout got damaged by a foul ball.
Oh,
So he,
was it a real ball or was it a cardboard foul ball?
I think it was a real ball, but I think it says behind the cardboard that they're not responsible for any, that you should duck. So the cardboard things actually should have,
No, I think that's written on the back of the tickets.
yeah, but you can't get a ticket. You can only get a cardboard.
Oh, okay.
So the cardboard cutout of each, I don't even know how you got that. Did you have to pay for that? I mean, did you?
I don't know.
A season ticket holder gets an automatic picture of themselves on a cardboard cutout?
No,
or-
I think I read something about that.
You
You,
gotta
had to
pay?
pay extra if you wanted a cardboard.
So, like,
picture.
if you sit up in the grandstands and no one can freaking see you anyway, you're going to get a cardboard cutout just so you can put it in your seat?
I'd want one done on my ass, mooning the field. That's what I would want.
Oh, I don't know if you can do that. But unless you're like in the camera space, why would you want your cardboard cutout? You know, I got a seat in the bleachers. I'm going to put my cardboard.
Well, how
cutout.
about for when somebody hits a home run? You know, like you could be like this in the right field bleachers.
That's what they should have. They should have like baskets
right.
in front. So if the guy hits a home run, it could then land in your basket, and if it lands in your basket,
You get some,
you get the
something.
ball.
Yeah, and you,
You
get
get the
something.
ball. You get it have your name on it, and if you get if the ball comes into you, we could do that for foul balls too. I guess you can have everyone has like a little like basket in front of their cardboard
Yeah, I think that works.
cutout, and then if the ball goes in there, you can you get it, and at the end that they would just tell you that.
That works.
Anyway, so this is going to wrap up our first cast. Rob came all the way from the Bronx to be
Yeah.
here today in the man cave.
Yeah.
And we will have another episode coming up shortly. So follow us on Real Deal Neil on YouTube. And hopefully you enjoyed this podcast. Thanks for coming.
I enjoyed it.
All right.
Thank you, bud.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Well, I'm stuck.